And just like that, the final episode of the recording session has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I'm your host, MegaShadowFist. I suck at video games, I suck at commentary, and when we last left off, we were listening to Mr. Aristotle Means' speech. So let's continue. Once again, our pure white lady justice will be watching over all of you today.
Hold it!
There! I finally found what we needed! Professor Means, I have only one question about your speech. Why does that last part we just heard contradict with this?
With the kid over here, right? No. Let's go over here.
The professor
Every time I see professor, I go, because prosecutor, those words are too similar, okay? They start with P-R-O, that's,
The professor said that the pure white lady justice would be watching over them. But the lady justice in the video isn't even close to being white. It's as gold can be.
I'm not sure I can wrap my jaw around that to test its authenticity.
I didn't say it was made of gold, Your Honor. Now, it's true that the statue is pure white, but it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement.
Oh, well, that's a shame on every count.
Ironically, this golden statue sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the white one. Meaning the professor wouldn't have made a mistake given its color if he'd been present.
It seems that I have caused some confusion, but it was merely an oversight on my part.
The statue was in the middle of the room. How could you not know what it looked like?
Well, I was in a balcony seat. Furthermore, the statue had previously been white. I'm afraid this isn't sufficient evidence of the speech being pre-recorded. We had our answer long ago. The accused is the only one to leave the lecture hall.
No, wait! There's gotta be something that can prove that the speech is pre-recorded.
According to the mock trial video, the speech started here and ended here. So that was 10 minutes, 35 seconds. That's a little over 10 minutes, but I doubt anyone wants to be tortured again.
It was only a little over 10 minutes? It felt like it went on forever. How'd you figure out how long it was?
Easy. There's a timestamp at the top right. Duh! All you have to do is subtract the time the speech started from the time it ended.
The speech goes from the 10 o'clock meter mark to the 10 minute mark to the 20:35. Wait a second. I could swear I've seen the same interval of time listed among the evidence.
Huh? No. Oops. Let's see. Arrow to the knee. Oh, whoa! That's, yeah. The tape has about 10 minutes, 35 seconds of noise requiring further testing. Okay.
Maybe there's a way for me to use the speech time to show that it was a pre-recorded.
Take that!
I would like the court to take a look at this.
And this is
the voice print analysis that proves the voice on the tape recorder belongs to our client.
Yes, but didn't we just establish that the voice on the tape recorder was a fabrication?
We did, but what I'd like to focus on is the noise that is also there.
Noise?
Yes, the defense believes it resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased.
And what do you hope to prove by that?
The length of the noise is what's important. It's 10 minutes and 35 seconds in all. And what did the timestamp read the moment Professor Means began his speech?
That would be exactly 10.
Now let's forward to this long-winded exercise in boredom. To the end. Okay, stop. The video timestamp now reads 20:35. Based on this, we know the time it took for the speech alone.
Right. Subtract 10 minutes and you get 10:35. 10 minutes and 35 seconds.
Right, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. The same as the noise in the tape recording. I assume you all understand what this means. Professor Mean's pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now.
Silence.
You seem rather confident considering this a mere happenstance match of numbers.
Objection!
A mere happenstance.
But is it really just numbers?
The lab is continuing their study on the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing, but it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased.
The police are analyzing the noise as we speak. It won't be long until we know what was originally there. Now I'm sure of it. The professor was trying to create an alibi with the recording. By pinning the crime on Junie. Well, he's not gonna get away with it. Not on my watch.
Miss Cykes, I believe you are well aware of my methodology. Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. And to that purpose, I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, looks what's happened.
All I stated are obvious deductions derived from evidence and testimony.
Truth be told, I had no intention of testifying. I had been keeping quiet for Juniper's sake. But now that you cast this blame upon me, I have no choice but to reveal the truth.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
I will now reveal the truth behind why I had to pre-record my speech before the mock trial. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means. Witness testimony. Professor Means' testimony. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and came to the audio room during the mock trial. Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. Oh my, so you're saying the defendant threatened you? This has to be a lie. I mean, everything about it lines up too perfectly to be true. On this most consequential of occasions, let me be completely frank with you. Juniper has truly taken to heart my teaching that states the end justifies the means. Has she now?
I don't believe you!
When she asked me to defend her, she said I must also prove her two friends innocent. Her two friends? The witnesses? Correct. Hugh O'Connor and Robin Newman. I was to ensure all three walked free. All three were to achieve their dream. That was the result Juniper was seeking. And she was even willing to threaten me, her own professor, to that end. You no doubt had high praise for her ruthless tactics. Yes, well, that is why I vowed to vigorously defend her despite her threatening me. There was a time when lawyers merely sought the truth if they wished a victory in court. But alas, those days are over. Now, in the defense of justice, order, and all that is good, the end justifies the means.
I am so sick of hearing that phrase.
Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth if its victory you seek. Steel yourself for this new courtroom reality.
That doesn't. He's gonna regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since he's already surrendered to the dark age of the law, it's up to me to fight it.
Why so silent, Cykes? Something the matter?
This is a court of law. It's no place for long-winded talks about idealistic principles. That's why I'm going to let the evidence do the talking.
Let's not get carried away now, Miss Cykes. It will not do to have you attempt to discredit my doctrine. Do not force me to rectify this situation.
No, go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win, that is.
Cross-examination. Professor Means' testimony. Oh, let's go ahead and save over slot 1 over at the selected save data. Yes, please. I'm going to the heart bone. That's not a bone, but let's continue. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret.
I thought our client would have come to you with something like that.
You have a point there. If only Professor Court had been alive, I suspect Juniper would have gone to her instead.
So, our client came to talk to you after Professor Court was dead?
Let's go through this step by step, shall we? First, Juniper came to me that day. So what was that? Not so fast! Alright. it's Edge with investigations all over it. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and to come to the audio room during the mock trial.
Are you suggesting it was our client who told you to fake an alibi?
You have every reason to be surprised. I too was shocked when she told me that. Simply put, Juniper has a secret that she wished to protect that badly.
Is he kidding me? That lie couldn't be further from the truth. The problem is, how am I going to expose it?
It was an earnest request from an outstanding student. How could I possibly have refused? Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court.
Did you consider that a threat?
Yes, but it's now you to whom she has passed her demands on to. Miss Cykes, you must realize that you too are being used by Juniper.
What?
Your Honor, I ask that you too do not let her feigned weakness and innocence fool you. Juniper Wicks is quite clever and extremely tough. And, perhaps most important of all, she is a fervent follower of my teachings.
Your Honor, the witness's testimony is nothing but an attack on our client's character.
Very well. Objection sustained. So be it. Nevertheless, the fact that she threatened me is immutable. Is it now, Professor Means? I mean, it could be, but at the same time it's not, because, you know. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording.
How could you overlook such a threat? As a teacher, it's your duty to discipline students.
Yes, well, perhaps I do have some serious reflection to do on this matter. I suppose it was just wishful thinking on my part. I wanted to believe that Juniper hadn't actually committed murder and that she hadn't meant to threaten me. Really? Please do explain. Long had I waited for a student who would embody my teachings. Does the witness realize what he is saying? Surely you must see the true meaning in my words. I am merely staying true to what I teach, and my methods are but a reflection of the times. Oh wow, his way of thinking is really warped, but I haven't heard any inconsistencies yet.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Really?
The more he tries to avoid logical inconsistencies in his testimony, the more likely we'll see inconsistencies between his actions and words.
It is a dark age in which we live, and there is much I'd like to say in the matter. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do.
You were trying to protect our client? Yeah, right. You'll say anything to pin the blame on Junie.
What a frightful look. I would ask that you not glare at me so. I have nothing but admiration for how Juniper was willing to go as far as to threaten me. That is why I am protecting her by any means possible. She has been a model student.
Liar, you're trying to pin the blame on her. How am I going to show that what he's saying isn't what he's really thinking?
You cannot possibly overturn my claims. So isn't it about time you admitted defeat? After all, if my unassailable logic is not truth, then what is?
If he thinks I'm going to give in to his pack of lies, he's got another thing coming. I'm going to find a hole in his story if it's the last thing I do.
Even though he's rotten to the core, he's a total pro. I mean, that all made perfect sense.
Yeah, but you can't believe a word he says. He's making this up as he goes along. He won't trip up on his own words yet. Time to see how consistently the professor's testimony matches up with his actual actions.
The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and came to the audio room during the mock trial. So, you're saying this was during the mock trial, huh? Okay. Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. Well, that's this court's plan. What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, let's stain the blood. One copy. A ball cart from the storehouse is then used to move the body to the stage. Body was moved to the quad to make it look like an archery club member had shot the victim with an arrow. All by a school festival's funds. If I borrow one from the archery club, it could give away part of the script's plot. The victim's outfit will be red one for the prosecutor's course. My bullet was found in it along with Junie's fingerprints. Cause of death: blood loss from a deep stab wound in the victim's side. The stab wound is very rough. Mark indicates wrist may have been bound. Okay. The professor means we'll use Hugh to pass on to the police. Photo of the art room while preparations are being taken on the day of the murder. I feel like we're gonna have to use a tape recorder for something. It was found broken on stage. Professor Court had remade it into a completely different looking statue that the day before the mock trial. Discovered on stage, it appears to be a piece of paper torn from a notebook. The name Hugh was written on it. 120. Large banner that was hung by wire. Trace amount of blood was found on it. Gaviner's banner that was tossed in the incinerator and later found by Miriam. Okay. The last two of Miriam's photos, they show the students setting up the stage backdrop. Okay, this probably has nothing to do with it at all. The results of the voice analysis before the tape recording. The tape has been about 10 minutes, 35 seconds of noise requiring further testing. Voice a perfect match. Of post-recording editing. A diagram of the lecture hall where the mock trial took place. There's the audio control room, which is right next to Professor Court's whatchamacallit. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Now that we reviewed all the evidence, the defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret. It's getting very dark. She asked me to pre-record my speech and came to the audio room during the mock trial. During the mock trial, Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. As to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. So, okay, so pre-record and then come to the audio room during the mock trial. This is the one that we need to present evidence for, right? Hold on. We need to press this. Wait, for a second I thought we... Okay. You have every reason to be surprised. I too was shocked when she told me that. Are you serious? It was our client who told you to fake an alibi? Simply put, Juniper has a secret that she wished to protect that badly. Just kidding me? That way I couldn't be further from the truth. The problem is, how am I going to expose it? I think that's one that we need to present evidence for, right? She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. The arrow that pierced the victim's side. Hold on. To pre-record your speech and then come to the... Because, like, what I was saying was, like, why would she ask me, like, if she kept everything super secret? I don't know. A photo of the art room. Oh, I don't know. This is a toughie. This one's a bit of a toughie, I think. Unless it's super obvious and I'm just stupid, which is probably that's usually the case. It's a glaring contradiction. I'm just stupid because I'm stupid. Let's see here. So pre-record the speech and come during the mock trial. So again, the defendant came to me with what she said was very important by necessity secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. Let's press this again. As a student, I suppose it's just wishful thinking. I wanted to believe that Juniper was actually what you call it, really do. Teachings, witness, surely must. I am merely to. Okay. Mori tries to avoid logical inconsistencies. Okay. So it's probably not this one. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. Are you sure about that, though? Can we just use a tape recorder for this? Okay, I was thinking like that's what we should use, but there's too much pressure, man. So let me get this straight. You were trying to help Miss Woods? Ha! That's nothing more than a bald-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor. Such defamation of my character and your hair follicles, Your Honor. It is an outrage. Miss Cykes will clarify her statement, but leave my hair follicles out of it this time. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Now please take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. Then he slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell me you found it." There was no whispering, slyly or otherwise involved. I simply did that out of kindness. The tape contained our client's voice. In short, it is incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't trying to pin the murder on our client? Courtroom revolution now. They say that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but not yours. You never had good intentions, only lies to protect yourself with while blaming another. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law. That was quick. Whoa, audio, whatever. Why, you dare call my teachings and methods lies? Yes, we do dare to bear things. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Famous Legal Academy is a proud institution. It's the most powerful in the world. You'll never forget what true education and lawyering means as I'm through with you. Huh? Professor means, what's with your hair? Quiet! No talking in class! Ow! Ow! Humorous homeroom, October 26th. My mom's birthday. Eyes and ears up here, everyone. Homeroom is now in session. We will begin the roll call. Athena Cykes. Huh? Oh, here? Apollo Justice. I'm fine. I'm here. Fool! The proper response is here, without any extraneous information. Ouch! Here. Next, Your Honor. Here. See, class? That's a proper way to answer. Simon Blackwell. I said Simon Blackwell. Are you here or not? There's always one, isn't there? There is. Well, then I'll just mark you absent. Now get out of my class this instant. Get out. Very well, that is your wish. Here am I to define my homeroom teacher. Is that such a good idea? Prosecutor Blackwell is free of his shackles. It just so happens I was a member of my high school's disciplinarian committee. But is that really so shocking? Constabulary dog the teacher's pet. What a malleable mutt you are, Fulbright. Very good, Bobby. You just earned a gold star and a promotion to head disciplinarian. Alright, class is now in session. Why do I have this sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomach ache? Juniper is the killer, I am innocent, that is the main point. Pay attention, I am not the killer. Juniper is. This will be on the next test, so you had better be listening.
But Professor, you created the funny tape to pin the blame on Juniper. Plus, you were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial.
Please note, I was not at school. Athena, you disappoint me so, to think you would label me a murderer. Now pay attention. The murder occurred on the 23rd between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock p.m. But I was already at home by that time, so how could I have been involved in this crime?
Professor Means, can you really prove you had already gone home by that time?
Can you prove that I was still at school? Hold on. So, the issue here is that we can't prove that he was at school between 6 o'clock and 8 p.m. on the 23rd, correct? What do you mean, no we cannot? He's right there, isn't he? He's right there!
He is literally right there! I do not understand.
Okay, whatever. Whatever. So you admit it. You just earned extra credit for your honesty. But you have also earned yourself laboratory cleaning duties until you graduate. Laboratory, it's laboratory.
Ew! I do enough of that in the office. No, wait, man! I totally object! Robin? I can't believe I fell for the professor's silver-tongued lies!
Why you? How dare you talk about your teacher like that?
I'm not listening to you anymore, man! No way, no how! Now, I have a confession to make. You know those two statues that were on stage? I didn't make it all by myself! The statues on stage? Do I want to know where this is headed? I was able to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other one. So, I asked Professor Means to make it for me.
Was that another audio glitch?
In other words, the professor was there on the stage after the last bell. Right, and it would have been way past 7 o'clock p.m. before he could have finished.
Professor Means was still at school. This is incredibly important testimony.
The professor told me I'll take care of it. I thought my parents would let me be an artist, and I said I made both statues myself. I'm so sorry for not telling the truth. Robin.
Quick! Somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight! Simon, you're head honcho among the delinquents. Do something! Gah! And who's in charge of the class pet around here? Not interested, but if you want a class in swordsmanship, I'm your man. Of course, only real blades will do. No swords at school! All weapons will be confiscated! Yeah! Nurse! Nurse! Where's the school nurse when you need one? It would seem Sykes seeks a showdown, Professor. In which case, you would do well to draw your staff quick as lightning. Very well, then I'll just have to prove my innocence myself. The real lesson begins in the second period. Prepare to be served, old school style. What is that? What is that? No, never mind. Your testimony, please. Witness testimony. Professor Means' work of art. Now pay attention. Robert took over half a day to complete one statue. I, however, finished most of the other statue between 7 o'clock and 8:30 p.m. The defendant Juniper saw the two statues with her own eyes at 8:30 p.m. Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the statue for a single second. How could I possibly have the time to go to the art room and commit murder? You're saying the defendant saw the finished statues? Precisely. She said so herself at the detention center yesterday. Her defense team was there and heard her say so too. Don't try to deny it now. That evening, I went back to my dressing room to get something I'd forgotten there. It was well after the last bell rang. I'd say maybe around 8:30. That's when I noticed that both stage statues were finished.
They were quite large and they were each covered with a white sheet, but I could tell. Oh, right. The professor was there when that matter came up. Before I address the professor's charges, I have a question for Robin. How hard would it be to complete a statue like that in 1.5 hours? It would probably take me at least twice as long. So personally, I think it would be incredibly difficult to finish in that short a time. That didn't exactly help our case. But he won't get off that easy. He's bound to stumble over his own slippery means.
Cross-examination. Better, Professor means his work of art. Better still your resolve, or so he says. Actually, just yesterday I started part 7 of JoJo's Steel Ball Run. Yep. It's really good. I'm in the 3rd volume of it so far. It's a really long, let's go ahead and save over slot 1 it looks like. And we're going to end things off here actually. Really long part. It's 24 volumes. I believe it's the longest part out of all the JoJo things so far, but it's really cool. I really like it so far. I'm probably right after I'm done recording this in a couple seconds, and I start compressing the video so that I can edit it on my laptop. Because I guess it's just too. I guess the HDMI is too high quality for my laptop, I suppose. So I have to compress it. Well, after I do that, I'm just gonna start reading some more JoJo. Yeah, probably. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and end things off here. So, if you like this video, this series of videos, please feel free to leave a like if you thought it was cool. Please feel free to subscribe and join Team Strawberry today. Also be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MegaShadowFist. I'll be sure to leave it in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this is MegaShadowFist signing out. Bye!